Do you guys want to learn how to make this much money this fast in Vampire Survivors? Stay tuned. What is up, YouTube? Ghostgrave here. I am bringing you guys a new video on what I think to be probably the best money strat so far that I have seen in Vampire Survivors. I just want to preface this and kind of put this out there first. Uh, this build does have a bunch of wonderful bright flashes just like this game, so I just want to leave this here and emphasize this as the start to my video. Now let's go ahead and kind of get into this here. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing Trouser, and as you can see, I have a ton of eggs on Trouser. Now that does not mean you need to have this amount of eggs to make this build work. That does not really matter. You can run it just baseline. I will go over the details on how to run the build, whether or not you have a bunch of eggs or don't have any eggs on Trouser, and we'll kind of break that all down so you guys can do it. We'll try and do this as quick as possible. So first, let's go over power-ups. The power-ups we're going to mainly focus on. The big one is growth. Yes, not greed, but growth. Second will be greed, and then third will be curse. If you are running this and you have a bunch of eggs, these are the only three you should need. Anything else is a bonus. If you're early on and you're trying to do this where it's survivable, I would recommend getting some points into recovery, max health, armor, and pretty much just these three so you have a little more sustain. Magnet actually is going to benefit us to make our area bigger for the weapons we choose in this. But basically, early on, we'll focus on the health and the survivability. Your main ones, again, are going to be growth, greed, curse. All right, so let's go ahead and look a little more into this. So, weapon choice, only one. This is the key. No matter what we do in this run, we cannot have more than one weapon. You can run the Laurel here, as you see on Devano. You can run that as a secondary because it cannot stack and it can't actually gain progression levels, so it's not going to hurt you in any way. So early on, if you're struggling with surviving with Trouser, because he's very squishy to begin with, feel free to take Laurel. You can evolve that, and you can make that so you'll be able to sit and tank a little longer. Now, if we get a treasure box in this run, um, we don't want to pick a second weapon. Again, I have to emphasize that you get one. If you get another, it breaks the build. If we end up getting the bonus one, the gold version, we will just simply take our evolved version of our weapon. So let's move on to the stage select. Now, if you are running this early on, early build, less eggs, you're going to want to run on Moonglow. The biggest thing you're going to want to make sure is you have Endless. Just know that every 15 minutes, you're going to run into 4 of the ring bearers as the map recycles back to the beginning stages. It's just the way it works. And with this map, you basically get all of the secondary equipment that you can have, so you'll gain a lot of survivability just by stacking all those. It will take you a little longer to run this than it will for me, but this is a great starter map. Again, do not run it on inverse. Just run it on endless, and any of these you can have, great. You have to have Arcanas. Without the Arcanas, this won't work. So for us, though, we're going to go with the Bone Zone. We're going to put out inverse. We want that gold bonus maxed out there, and that's our big thing. Now, our weapon of choice is going to be Pentagram. Pentagram is basically it's kind of dull at first, but once we start getting levels and stacking levels, Pentagram becomes the most overpowered thing in this game. Pretty much nothing can stop you when running with Pentagram. Now, the two cards that we need and must. The first one we're going to need is we're going to need 21. Without 21, this doesn't work. This basically creates a garlic-like AoE range around us to begin with. I will be much bigger than yours with all the eggs I have, but this will just basically act like garlic. Now, the second one we're going to do, as soon as we have 20,000 gold in the run, we're going to go up to Trouser, who is above us. If you can't get Trouser and he's not unlocked for you, that's fine. Just wait till the purple chest drops. I believe it's around the 8-minute mark. And just try and get this card for your second one. If you do not have these cards, you're going to have to obviously play through the game till you unlock them. So there is a little bit of gameplay that has to be done before this. If you are running it and you can get to a third card, I would definitely recommend 13. 13 is just going to build that money farm a little better and help us kind of snowball this further. But we're going to make sure we pick 21 here. I'm going to go ahead and start this run, and you're going to just kind of see this go really quick, and I'll go through all the actual secondaries I choose when I start this. First thing we want is we want evolution for that. We're going to get the attract orb to make this ring right here on the side a little bit bigger. We don't want any of that. We're going to go with luck. We'll just keep going here. And then we want the stone mask, of course, for money. Money's never been hurt. And we want 2 other things, which are basically the 2 cursed items we can get. So that's one is Toronto's box, and then the other one is the face mask. Once we get that, and as you can see, this is already obliterating everything in here. Once you get probably 1,000 eggs on him, it will start to act just like this for you. We're gonna reroll until I see what I need. Oh, I just passed it. It's alright, she'll come back. As long as I don't skip it twice. Alright, there we go. Now we're just going to literally kind of spam through this because the rest is all... It's real on void. Now, we can have some RNG luck here that will help us progress this much faster, and it can save us 5 minutes in the overall runtime. And there's an ad that spawns around 4 minutes, so there is a chance that we can get our evolution drop from him or a golden basket to get our evolution from him that way. If we get that, then obviously this will go 10 times faster. But the big things we're looking for right now is 20,000 here to start. Once we get that, we'll buy our second. And after that, it's just at that point, you're just at RNG's luck. So the only other thing I'll mention is once this build is popping off at its max. Now, we're already done with all our stuff. That's all we need. We're just going to random this. And what's going to happen is Pentagram is just going to start evolving over and over and over and over. And whenever it does, if you know when you build this, it will make it pop off again. And that's basically the idea. So that's what we're trying to go for. So I'm going to tab out here. We'll speed this up until I can get the evolution, and then we'll come back and chat a little more about where I'm going next. Alright, so now we have our 20,000 gold. We're going to poke up at Trouser here. And what we want to do is we just want to get our second card. And now we're going to pick the money card. And then this is where it's just going to take off. Now again, there's going to be, hopefully we don't bust out, we don't mess up the guy who pops at 4 minutes. I've had him spawn and I've nuked the chest because it hasn't evolved yet. So we'll see if that happens. But let's start getting some bags here. And once we get one, we'll just kind of sit back and we'll wait. Alright, so we're going to see if this one gives us our evolution. It did not. So we're probably going to have to wait till the 8-minute mark, which is fine. It will just slow down the run, and it adds about another 5 minutes to it. If you get it there, then this usually, I can get this done in about 20 minutes. So. So that was actually the guy, and he didn't drop the bag. So you can sometimes get the golden gift bag from him, and where you can get your next weapon evolution. But if not, again, it just goes at 8 minutes, so no big deal. We actually did not get it there at 8 minutes either, which I've never actually had happen, so we're gonna just kind of keep pushing. We'll see when we get our first chest. Alright, here we go. So this is our first chest that will give us our evolution, no matter what, because anytime you can pick it up at that point, it's going to happen. We should be able to out-heal the stalker that has just randomly spawned. And you're going to see that what we've been doing probably looks like a lot. This is going to get way more intense, way faster. And again, it will snowball so fast, it's crazy. So what we'll do is I'll come back and chat once we hit 10 million. At this point, you might see me move around a little. That might be just to try and pop a bag, because sometimes they don't spawn as fast. But that's about it. Enjoy the show. Now, we're gonna pop over here and try and get this purple chest. There is a chance that because of how this build kind of breaks the game, that Pentagram normally destroys stuff. It may destroy this. If it does pop, it will be lag. So let's take a gander. Yeah, so it doesn't appear that we actually got it that time. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it won't. If we do, again, that's the point where we take the 13th card just to speed things up. Otherwise, we just keep rolling. All right, and that is it. So we're at 30 minutes here. Now I've done this as quick as 20. Again, RNG does play a part in this. But I mean, we'll back out here and chat a little more. As you'll note, you saw all the heals that are coming in. All those heals play in part with the card, with the number 20 card, because any coins you get heal you. So you're getting so many coins so fast you can overheal anything that approaches you. Because of Glorious Moon, you're going to knock out the Stalker, the Drowner, anybody who pops up to try and kill you. There's really, it's the most amazing strat I've ever figured out or seen. I can't take all the credit. My friend Coughing King helped me out with this. He's one of the members of my Derp Crew. And he kind of helped me work and trial and error and figure out the best way to make the build and the substats that go with it. So anyway, there you guys go. That's max cash in 30 minutes. Again, you can do this in 20. And hope you guys enjoy. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment. It really helps out the channels, especially since I am very new to this. And like I always say in my other videos, any feedback is good feedback to me at this point. So thank you very much.